Hi everybody, I wanted to create a quick video that would walk you through the process of now divvying up parts of the chapter so everyone knows who's going to do what for the project. So what you need to do first, you're now ready to just break up this work. Someone needs to decide to go to google.com. If you're not familiar with Google, you'll need to create an account. If you have an account, you would just simply click the sign in button and then whichever account you already have. If you don't have an account, then you would need to come in here and actually sign in and create an account. So once you sign in to your account and go back to the upper right hand corner, you'll see a box of boxes with some apps. You would want to go to your Drive folder. And inside of the Drive folder, if you have a new account, you won't have any files or folders here. But if you're like me and you use it a lot, you'll see there's a lot of things here that I've been using. Simply go to the New button and click Google Docs. And so now you would create a Google Doc. I've already started one as an example. Okay, so for example, the Muscles Move Us chapter assignments was the title that I gave it. And then I simply clicked up here, I copied and pasted the title of this in the title box. And then I went here and did an insert table and 2 columns. And you know there's the most 9 people, so you can just say, a 2 by 10 is big enough. And then I came in and typed here part of chapter or the subheading and then the name. So I got this group started just as an example. You will need to do this yourselves in each group. So how do muscles work is one of the subheadings. So if you go back to your chapter, for chapters 1 and 2, I already provided you with the chapter in the book, but for the rest of you guys, you will have to look actually at your textbook. So as you notice here, I just go to this chapter, and as I scroll down, begin with where the major content is. And you would use the information on this first page maybe to help you with your intro potentially. So you could label that intro and assign someone to do this section as well. But as you notice, some of the subheadings help divvy up the work itself. So I just took this subheading, How Do Muscles Work? And then if you notice, it's about 2 pages long, and then the electrical connection. And if you notice back over on the Google Docs page, I use those for the titles, for the subheadings. So then whoever does this would simply click here to sign their name, and I'll show you once it's inside of the discussions area. And so one thing to be aware of is some sections in your chapter are going to be longer than others, like the electrical connection is actually 4 pages long. Now there's lots of images, so it's not as much content as you might think, but it still is pretty heavy in content. So you guys might decide to break it up, pages 6 and 7, and then another person does the second part, and they do pages 8 and 9. Alright, I'm not actually suggesting that for this, I'm just using it as an example for you. So now that you have this set up like this, you would come to the share button. How do you get it to your classmates? You would come to the share button and click Get a Shareable Link. This is so important that you really follow these steps. Once you click Get a Shareable Link, now you want to make sure that this is set to anyone with the link can edit. If it's not, then you've got to hit this little down arrow right here, this is what we call a caret, and come and select anyone with the link can edit. And you simply click on this button here to copy it. And now you would go to your discussions page. Okay, let me just back out of here. I'd already made an example, but you would simply come and say start a new thread. And these would be, like chapter, sign-ups, anything that you guys would like to call it. And you might make a message, I've created a Google Doc for everyone to sign up, blah, blah, blah. And then you would just copy and paste the link. Once you hit post, now people can see this and they can click on chapter signups, click on your link that you provided, and from right here inside of the course, all they have to do is click on the file and they can actually begin to type their name into this document without having to go outside. So anyone who's familiar with Google should be the person that does this for the group. Okay, so if someone's brand new, and there are some of you who know how to do this, I really recommend you be the one to create the file. But I did want to create a video because these are tools and skills that everyone needs to know how to do as we move into the 21st century, guys. So don't be confused by it. Don't panic. Just to remind you, each of you are required to, make 5 pages front and back, so a total of 10 actual pages for your section. And so you may find that it's actually challenging to get that much work done. But really, I think it should take you maybe 2 weeks. So we have lots of time here. This is the next step. And then after you sign up, go ahead and get started working this week, trying to get organized and make sure you know your content. And I will be giving more instructions about how to get started with the next step.